How's it going? I just finished my shift at Unitech College. Just finished lecturing about liver and gallbladder. Now getting ready to commute home. I brought the Hellcat today. 717 horses of supercharged whoop ass. So yeah, let's go home. Right now, a car like this attracts a lot of heat, so we're going to stay off the main roads and try to keep a low profile. Compared to any other car, this thing attracts so much heat from both sides of the law. Like, all the street racers want a piece of you. The cops are just looking for a reason to pull you over. So let's get out of here, keep a low profile.
Turn right, then turn left.
It's
turn left.
Pretty dangerous
right.
owning a Hellcat. I mean, not just because it's so fast, but because of the heat it draws. It's not like owning a 600 horsepower Honda Civic that doesn't attract that much attention. When you drive a Hellcat,
right. Then turn right on.
I mean, you're in a clout car. This is the car that, I mean, there's a reason I got this in black and not
turn
some
right
bright
on Auto Mall Parkway
color. I mean, the amount of heat this thing attracts, because this thing is so quick, it's so loud. Like, that just...
In 1.2 miles, turn right to I-680
yeah, this thing's
North
quick.
Towards Sacramento.
It's fun, though. I mean, it's not a car I daily drive because, you know, you go out late at night and it's a lot of heat. So yeah, just finished lecturing. Right now my class is just kind of, you know, doing the whole CMS thing. And hopefully soon I'll get to watch them graduate and be on stage. And as I gain more experience and as I get better at teaching, I'll be ready to teach for the RN program. You know, right now I'm really, my specialty and my main area of focus is med-surg. And, you know, so when I teach for the RN program, I'll be doing med-surg. Man, it's kind of watching my back at night because, like I said, it's just when you drive a Hellcat, it's just easy to draw heat. Like, if you've ever played Need for Speed, when you go out at night, like Need for Speed Heat, it's like you're automatically on heat level 3 when you're driving a Hellcat. You know, it's kind of like, it's sort of like in Need for Speed Most Wanted, where, you know, Razor had that BMW, and that BMW just draws heat for days. A lot of glare. This thing's quick, though. Let's put a gap on that truck back there.
In half a mile, turn right to I-680 North towards Sacramento.
I don't know, I mean, he either just wanted to see me pull or whatever, but there's no way somebody in a Toyota Tacoma has any delusions of gapping a Hellcat. He just probably just wanted to see me pull. You can get me off the line on stock tires, but I mean, I'm running on drags, so this thing can hook and book.
Turn right to
because I'm running the Nitto
towards Sacramento
NTs. But yeah, when it comes to teaching, I'll be doing med-surg, and if you ever want to be in the RN program, there's a good chance I could be teaching med-surg for it. On the Fremont campus. See, these guys driving dangerously slow, so now I gotta...
Continue straight for 15 minutes to exit 38, I-580 East, toward Livermore, Stockton.
This thing can pick up. Man, just when I drive a Civic every day, it's just like, man, I feel so much bigger in this thing. It's like a behemoth. It's a little different when you take corners, because this thing is not nearly as good at turning as an SI. But on the flip side, you got all this really crazy top end, really good straight line speed. I don't even know what that is, a Cybertruck or what? So on this highway, you really kind of want to watch out, because you do leave a digital footprint. They track license plates, they track your speed. Might not be enough to catch you and, you know, find you, follow you home and give you a ticket. They're still tracking you. Like, there's this black Hellcat with this license plate that was going 85, 90 miles an hour. Like, they keep track of that stuff. I mean, so you kind of want to watch your speed here, but I don't think they really do anything. But, you know, the thing is, this is a very commonly patrolled route, and cops do blend in traffic. I actually was in my Civic. I was passing some people. You know, I wasn't going that fast. I was going about 85-ish for a short period of time to, you know, pass some slow drivers. But then I just kind of basically slowed back down to below 80. You know, as long as you're under 80, they don't really do that much. They just kind of ignore you. So I just kind of went about my business, and that's the thing, is I'll speed in short bursts, and then I'll go back to blending in with traffic. And while nothing's ever guaranteed, it's risk management. You know, it's like, if this thing can go up to a certain speed really quickly, and then with a good brake, it can go back down to a certain speed. You know, back down to the speed limit. So that's kind of the good thing about cars like this. But the downside is that when it comes to cornering and cutting up traffic, this is not the best car to do it in. But yeah, I mean, when you drive a Hellcat, you just got to keep your head on a swivel. You know, as an RN, I have a license to protect, and you can't be out going 150 miles an hour. You know, if you get caught doing 150 miles an hour in a Hellcat, that's not just a speeding ticket. As an RN, you know, you're going to get your license. You're going to lose your license at driving, but as an RN, if you're out there doing 150 miles an hour in a Hellcat and you get caught and charged, you're going to lose your nursing license. So part of it, you know, when you're an RN, you got to stay out of trouble. You know, don't get into fights because somebody annoyed you. You can't be out. You know, when you have a car like this, don't go drinking. Don't go street racing. If you want to race, take this thing to the drag strip. I'm going to take this car once I get the resonators on. I want to go to the Sonoma drag strip and take this car racing, because, you know, there is no way in hell I can actually legally floor it in this car. Like, even now, they're watching my speed, and that's what I mean. Is this freeway is regularly monitored by surveillance, you know, the law enforcement, right? They just kind of lasered me. You know, this guy's doing 80, and they're documenting it. So yeah, you kind of want to, you know, as an RN, you really want to be responsible, especially when you have fast cars. And, you know, there's a lot of dangers to owning a Hellcat that people don't think about. You know, when you get older, when you're like me, you love cars like these, but you're also trying to stay out of trouble. So, you know, it's like none of them stupid sideshows. Try to avoid street racing. You know, I got access to a racetrack. If I want to go autocross, I can take my Civic to the track. If I want to go drag racing, I can take my Hellcat to the drag strip. So, really try to not be out on the street too much, especially when you have cars like mine, tinted windows, modified exhaust, no front plate. You kind of want to, basically it's about staying out of trouble. But yeah, as an RN, you really got to look out for these things, because I've been in nursing school. When I was a student, I had a V6 Charger, and I've always wanted a Hellcat, I've always wanted a Scat Pack, and now here I am driving an SRT. It's not a car I daily, because I love this car, but I don't want to cause any unnecessary wear and tear on
Construction reported ahead.
Dude, almost veered into my lane. Just kind of, the only time I'll really just gun it like that is I'm trying to keep distance. So I'm actually trying to do this to protect myself, because I kind of want distance, because really I'm trying to maintain that safety distance. It's kind of like I either want you in front of me or behind me. But right now these guys are going too slow, so part of it is blending in. The other part of it is keeping distance. Like, you don't want, if they don't look like they know how to drive, try to keep a safe distance from them so they don't crash into you. So there we go, we just passed that slow driver, so we're clear. But yeah, there's construction, so we'll probably end up But yeah, right now the main stressor for teaching is getting students ready to pass the CMS, while also just trying to really not just pass their tests, but I genuinely want people to learn. You gotta study. Like, if you want to pass your NCLEX, you gotta study. If you want to become a good nurse and help save lives in the field, you gotta study. And it's not enough to just get an A on a test, because you can get it by memorizing 35 questions, but can you save somebody's life with it? That's the real question. And that's kind of, when school's over, your grades won't matter. It's, can I use this information to save a life? But you see a lot of students. I was there too. I was once young. I was once a young 23-year-old nursing student, and I had that same mindset. But when you really get into becoming a nurse that takes care of people, you realize, screw the grades. It's, can I use this information to save a life? Because if I'm out there pursuing an easy A, I didn't learn anything. So it's kind of a different mindset. Me being a teacher at the very same school I was once a student of, and these students all kind of going more or less through the same thing I went through. I kind of understand both sides of it, but as an instructor, it's like, my goal is, it's going to be temporary discomfort. I don't want to be